Good evening, I'm Prasad. Like a lot of you, I was super excited that my gym told me that finally they're opening today. But by noon, it was revealed that the Youth and Sports Ministry made a boo-boo, and the minister blames the blunder on someone being misquoted or misinformed. And that someone is his own deputy.
Youth and Sports Minister Ahmad Faizal Azumu has apologised to gym owners and operators over a miscommunication that gymnasiums in states under Phase 2 and Phase 3 of the National Recovery Plan or NRP are allowed to reopen from today. This came after his Deputy Minister, Lian Ker, was quoted by The Star as saying that gymnasiums in states under Phase 2 and 3 will reopen from today, September 17, onwards. The Tambun MP told The Vibes that he believed the Deputy Minister was either misquoted or misinformed. He added that they will do their best to sort out the situation with the Ministry of Health and the National Security Council or NSC soon. T later clarified his statement, saying, "We have submitted the new SOPs to the NSC and once approved, gyms will be allowed to open." In his statement initially, the Deputy Minister said that only fully vaccinated customers and gym employees will be allowed into the premises. However, under Phase 2, the current SOPs states that all indoor sports and recreational activities or in fitness centres, including fitness studios, are not allowed.
Syed Saddiq has 9 days to apologise to Najib Abdul Razak's alleged media advisor.
An alleged media advisor to Najib Abdul Razak is demanding Syed Abdul Rahman to apologise over an allegation of conspiracy to weaken Bersatu. Businessman Habibur Rahman Kadir Shah issued the letter of demand dated today to the former Bersatu youth chief. According to a copy of the legal letter, Habibur's contention was over statements that Syed Saddiq allegedly made during a press conference at the Sri Pacific Hotel in Kuala Lumpur on October 2, 2017. During the media briefing, Syed Saddiq alleged there was a reason for the press conference to be called at a purported UMNO-linked hotel, claiming a conspiracy backed by unnamed party leaders to weaken Bersatu by threatening or bribing its leaders. Through today's letter of demand, it was contended that untrue defamatory statements were made against Habibur, which allegedly injured his public reputation as a public figure and company director. Habibur's lawyer demanded, within 9 days from today, for Syed Saddiq to publish in a newspaper or media of the business person's choice a suitably worded apology over the publication of the alleged defamatory statement. Habibur's lawyer said, in the event of failure to abide by the demands, they have instructions to commence legal proceedings against the former Youth and Sports Minister.
It looks like the political ceasefire appears to be holding up as Minister Wan Junaidi says the opposition is not the enemy.
De facto Law Minister Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar told a virtual forum that the opposition should not be considered the enemy of the government.
I wrote in my book in 2014, I said, Pamangkang is not your enemy. It's just your political opposition. If there is a good idea for Pamangkang, why can't we adopt it? And the same thing, the opposition. If there is a good idea from the government, why don't we support it? So the idea is materialized by this particular MOU that we signed.
He said the reform agenda planned by Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob's government would not be possible if MPs from both sides continue being hostile towards each other. Wan Junaidi added that he was first looking at low-hanging fruits that can be implemented swiftly when it came to government reforms.
What I said, low-hanging fruit that I can pluck. And then I proposed that it should be done. And it could be done. But the unfortunate part of it is all involve the amendment of the Constitution. So I will not be able to drive through this amendment if all members of Parliament still behave like they did. The winner take all, the loser lose all.
In order to pass a constitutional amendment, it requires the support of at least 2/3 of the Dewan Rakyat. The last constitutional amendment was in 2019 to lower the voting age to 18 years old, which required bipartisan support. He was speaking at a webinar today titled Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, A Pathway to Transformation and Stability. As part of the agreement, the government promised a slew of reforms and a time frame, and in return, Harapan promised not to oust Ismail Sabri or block Budget 2022.
Shafi Abdullah is unwell, so he couldn't attend court, and his team applied for an adjournment of a case this morning, but the court reprimanded the move, saying that they should have prepared another lawyer.
The Court of Appeal reprimanded Khairi Jamaluddin's legal team for making a bid to adjourn the Health Minister's long-standing appeal against opposition leader Anwar Ibrahim's defamation suit. Judge Lee Swee Sing, who chaired the 3-person bench, reminded the Minister's Counsel, Sarah Mailini Abhishekam, that the legal team should have prepared another lawyer to submit in the event that the lead lawyer is indisposed. Sarah earlier applied for an adjournment of Khairi's appeal, set for hearing today, as lead counsel Muhammad Shafi Abdullah was unable to attend this morning's online Zoom proceedings due to being unwell. She said that Shafi had developed a fever due to pain from old rheumatoid arthritis and that the lead lawyer also suffered pain in his wrist and right shoulder. The Court of Appeal was set to hear the merits of Khairi's appeal against paying 150,000 ringgit in damages to Anwar in relation to the minister's alleged main belakang, a sodomy innuendo remark, in 2008. On September 29, 2017, the Kuala Lumpur High Court ruled that Khairi had defamed Anwar with the remark. Khairi had then appealed against the ruling.
Nama saya Nur Hadiyu binti Abdullah. Anak saya, Saswani binti Faizal, umur 19 tahun. Dia ada penyakit kencing manis. Baru sebulan je. Lepas 2 minggu dia rasa mata dia boleh nampak sikit lah. Mungkin gula dia ada kawal dendam. Mata dia boleh nampak, kalau gula tinggi dia macam kabur sikit. Dulu dia insulin kan. Ubat dia kita kena 14 unit, 12 unit. Sekarang ni kalau injek 8 unit, ada 9 unit, ada 10 unit. Kita kira makanan dia macam mana. Dia minum G-Shell, tak injek banyak.
Ismail Sabri's brother is now the head of the National Farmers Organisation, but according to sources, Ismail had nothing to do with the appointment.
Zamri Yaakob has been elected as the new chairperson of the National Farmers Organisation, or NAFAS. Zamri is the elder brother of Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob. Sources familiar with the election said news reports claiming executive involvement in the process was inaccurate. In December last year, the government had issued a gazette known as the Farmers Organisation Amendment Regulations 2020, which allowed NAFAS to choose their own chairperson. The new rules state that the chairperson of the board of directors was to be elected among the 17 members themselves. 6 of the 17 members are appointed by the Agriculture and Food Industries Minister, while the rest are chosen during the organization's annual general meeting. A source that did not want to be named said, Zamri was not appointed but chosen based on his involvement in Pahang Farmers Organisation, or PAFSA, and National Association of Smallholders Malaysia. NAFAS is a statutory body which serves as an umbrella for 14 state chapters. Among others, NAFAS's objectives were to improve yield, supply input and necessities for farms, supply farming equipment, prepare credit facilities, invest member funds, and process the produce in factories. NAFAS owns at least 13 companies and reports to the Agriculture and Food Industries Minister.
Thousands of civil servants have yet to register for their COVID-19 vaccine, and QPEX wants to know why. A question I'm sure a lot of us have as well. Some 30,000 civil servants have yet to register for their COVID-19 vaccination. This was revealed by the Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Services, QPEX. Its president, Ahmad, also urged the unvaccinated civil servants to sign up soon to help the government achieve herd immunity before next year. He said civil servants, as implementers of government policies, should show a good example by supporting the national immunization program. Adnan added that the heads of departments should play their role to convince these civil servants to get themselves vaccinated. He said they should take the initiative to meet with the unregistered civil servants to find out what is preventing them from getting the vaccine. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry reported a total of 346 COVID-19 fatalities yesterday, bringing the cumulative death toll to 22,355. From the newly reported deaths yesterday, 105 died before they could receive treatment at a hospital. Out of the 346 reported deaths, 179 happened in the last 7 days, of which only 1 was from yesterday. Another 165 of the reported deaths yesterday were older than a week due to backlog. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thanks for watching.